cold as a razor blade.
Back for another episode of The Snake Pit. And of course, I could never do it without the man himself, the greatest promo in the history of professional wrestling, as evidenced by this episode. You guys will hear it today. It's Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake, what's going on, brother?
Well, as you can see, I'm a little pinkish.
A little pinkish.
I'm red. I went down to Florida, and the first day there, I got my ass scorched.
Did you fall asleep outside, or what happened?
No, I just stupid.
Oh, no sunscreen.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the wife.
So Cheryl did not get a burn.
No, of course not.
Well, lesson learned. We'll call it a healthy glow on Jake for this episode.
Yeah, it's a healthy glow, all right. You know what the worst part is washing your hair.
Oh, dude, I bet. Yeah, the scalp peeling and the pain.
Oh, man.
No fun.
No, or if you forget about it and scratch somewhere,
Oh, yeah. Well, let me say, when it's all said and done, though, you're gonna have a killer tan.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna look like you're gonna have skin like a hot dog, like Hulk Hogan used to back in the day.
There you go.
Well, speaking of back in the day, brother, we've got a great episode today. I know it's something that our fans are going to be absolutely psyched about because we're looking back 35 years to 1990, WrestleMania 6, where you finally got to get your hands on Ted DiBiase in the ring, grandest stage of them all there in Canada. And man, I can't wait to get into these notes. But before we talk about the match in Toronto, let's discuss what was going on in the company on the way there and kind of the happenings in the wrestling business. Jake, the biggest news of the period is that the WWF is looking to bring in Mike Tyson as a special guest referee for one of the NBC specials. Man, to say that this was huge in the 90s would be a huge understatement. It was crazy to even think about getting Mike Tyson in wrestling. However, on the way there, and I'm sure you remember this, you're an avid sports fan, Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas.
Yeah.
In the Tokyo Dome. Douglas had 42-1 odds, and he knocked out the scariest boxer on the face of the planet. You remember this happening?
Oh yeah.
Man, it's crazy because of the ripple effect. Tyson withdraws from the engagement as a result of it, and instead the WWF gets Buster Douglas to come in. Jake, being that you are a sports guy, how did you feel when you heard that Mike Tyson might be coming in the door there for the company that you work for?
Well, I was blown away, man. I didn't think that would happen. I mean, my God, he was at the time he was so incredibly hot.
Mm-hmm.
He was just beyond all thought. And for him to be going to get in the ring and be a part of wrestling, that's a huge coup, man. Hats off to Vince on that one.
Unbelievably big. It's good for wrestling, good for Mike because he was going to get a shit pile of money as a result of very little work. But yeah, unfortunately, he got knocked out by Buster Douglas. Jake, had you ever met Mike Tyson prior to this whole thing?
No, I hadn't at the time.
Okay, and ever since, though, I know you've been around him a number of times, right?
Yeah, quite a few times, yeah.
Is he as much of a maniac as they portray him to be?
No, man, he's all right.
I've heard that he's fairly laid back, quiet, subtle.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
You know, it's crazy because you see a guy like Mike Tyson, he's this big, over-the-top, frightening personality back in those days. He was talking about, eating people's children and stuff like that on the way to their matches. But here he's just a normal guy. He's sort of tailor-made for wrestling, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He was made for wrestling.
Well, Buster Douglas is going to receive $100,000 reportedly for his very small involvement in the WWF. Man, nice chunk of change for a night's work. Do you
Poor
see?
guy.
Poor guy. Why is that?
That didn't even pay his taxes.
Yeah, I'd imagine. You always hear that these boxers make a bunch of money, but they get themselves into such bad debt because they're not exactly money managers. That it doesn't really always balance.
Yeah, $100,000 was pissing in a bucket.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as you guys are concerned, though, the boys, I can see where maybe you guys might feel a certain way about this whole thing because
Yeah, we thought it sucked.
yeah, okay, I'll let you go off on it. Go ahead.
But it sucks, man, because here we are beating up and down the road 7 days a week, twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday, for 50, 60 days at a time. And this bozo comes in for one night's work. Wow. I don't think he busted a sweat,
Nope.
and he gets $100,000. It just, it's a slap in the face.
Yeah. And the whole thing's like, it's for what? To pop a rating? It's like, okay, what if you just put a really compelling storyline on there and then spread that money out among the boys?
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Jesus, what a great idea.
Yeah, keep your employees happy. A whole new concept.
That would never work.
Well, back during the Royal Rumble, Hogan and Warrior were in contact there for the first time, and while the interaction was brief, the fans definitely responded. It's also reported that on the house shows, the crowds are responding way better to Warrior than they are to Hogan, and in some cities, Hogan is even getting booed while the Warrior is getting cheered. Jake, we know that you have your personal feelings about both performers and the way that they conduct themselves, in and out of the ring. But put your Booker hat on for a minute and let's talk creative. In 1990, you were in the number 3 spot as a babyface on the roster, only behind Hulk and Warrior. What did you think about Vince and the company deciding to put the two biggest baby faces in the company against one another?
What about me? You wouldn't do it 7 years before,
Mm-hmm.
and now all of a sudden it's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of sucked. Think about Jake.
Hard not to, right?
Yeah.
From your perspective.
Yeah, I got the short end of the stick. Rammed up. Ooh.
And frustrating. I mean, you have a really great rivalry going yourself with Ted DiBiase, but again, it's if you're working with Hogan on the main, the money is a whole other level.
Yeah, a couple of digits different.
What's funny is a lot of fans, I think, might hear this and be like, "Oh, but this rivalry with DiBiase was great." And folks, from Jake's perspective, not really about telling cool stories out there all the time. If you can make a bigger paycheck,
You do it for entertainment purposes.
Mm-hmm.
For yourself and for the crowd. But it'd be nice to get that big payday.
Sure as hell would.
Here it is, WrestleMania, and this angle between DiBiase and I was one of the hottest things going.
It was great,
but it didn't get paid like that. If my memory is good, I think I got 25 for that.
For the Mania match.
Yeah.
So and that's a nice night's pay, 25 grand for a match. However, in context, if you had to just take a whack at it, what do you think that Hogan and or Warrior got for their participation?
Million.
At least $1 million.
Yeah.
With that size crowd and all the media and everything that was going on, I would say, $1 million at a minimum.
Yep.
Now, from a booking standpoint, of course, classic wrestling matches and storytelling are basic. It's good versus evil. How difficult is it for a company to sell Hulk Hogan versus Warrior to the fans when you've got two baby faces that everybody loves?
It's real easy, man. It's real easy. People were getting tired of Hogan. They were getting tired. They wanted something fresh. And who better than Warrior?
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to like the guy to see what was going on. Again, on these house shows, it's everybody's got eyes and ears, and everybody's seeing the reaction he's getting, right?
Yeah.
So I know that you were a booker, obviously. We've talked about it a bunch, but objectively, if you were the booker here for Vince during this time period and saw these crazy-ass reactions that Warrior's getting, I know that he can't go in the ring, but would you have made that decision, well, he's red hot, we got to put the belt on him?
Well, I think they had to, but they also had time, and they also had a ring set up in Stamford, Connecticut, for those two guys to get in it and choreograph a match.
Yes.
And they spent many days there doing that. Many days. But I will say this. I was really impressed with the work that Hogan did with Warrior.
Yes.
It was a fantastic match.
They did a great job, especially Hulk, and the way that he sold everything. It was like, again, Hogan is often criticized for his work, but he's a good worker. That doesn't necessarily mean that he has to be a good technical wrestler, right?
Nope.
Yeah, and we do. That is in the notes that in the lead up to this, Pat Patterson went over and over and over the match with these guys, so it's just kind of locked into Warrior's brain. I think a lot of fans forget, for the most part, Warrior was wrestling 30-second, 1-minute matches on the house shows on the way to this.
Yeah, that's all he was doing, and that was too long.
As a matter of fact, on the way to this, Jake, you're teaming up with the Warrior against DiBiase and Akeem. And according to the Observer, you're wrestling the entire match. They're all getting really well reviewed. Warrior will come in for 30 seconds for a quick part of the shine, go back out. You get all the heat, 30 seconds at the end to get the victory. And that's it. Literally 1 minute for these, whatever they are, 10, 20-minute matches.
Yep.
Now, you're getting all the ring time. Did you enjoy teaming up with Warrior as a result?
Yeah, he stayed out of my way.
You got to tell the damn story. Just get his ass in there when he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, guys, spring is in the air. The weather is warming up, and I've got a lot of bookings for wrestling through the spring and the summer. Boy, am I going to be busy. I'm looking forward to it even more because, of course, I've been using Mando whole body deodorant, and I'm not out there smelling awful no matter how hard I'm working in the ring. Because let me tell you, it is super, super reliable. No matter how hard I work in the ring, I always walk out smelling incredible. And that's a testament to just how good Mando is. Now, I use it on my armpits, of course, with that deodorant stick, but you can use it anywhere. That's the thing that's really great about Mando. It's a whole body deodorant. So it's safe to use on your pits, your balls, thigh folds, belly button, butt crack, wherever. It was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to block all odors and control body odor for up to 72 hours. All products are baking soda free and paraben free, and you can choose from a variety of fresh scents. You guys know I love that bourbon leather. Of course, the Mount Fuji is what I've been using now on my armpits. There's Clover Woods and there's Pro Sport. It's been proven to control odor better than a shower alone. 12 hours after a shower, you're probably not smelling so great. With Mando, you're not just fighting off the odor, you're still smelling good. I love this product, and I swear by it. I'm always going to be a Mando user, whether they're sponsoring the podcast or not. Doesn't matter. I'm hooked. I love this product, and I want you to try America's #1 whole body deodorant. Yes, you can find them at Walmart or Target, but if you want the best deals, you've got to use our code SNAKE at shopmando.com. Mando Starter Pack is going to be where you want to start. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice. You've got to try that mini body wash. It's got the bourbon leather, which I love. They've also got deodorant wipes, which I know you're going to love. And get this, you get free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers can get $5 off that starter pack with our exclusive code. By the way, that equates to over 40% of the value of the starter pack. All you've got to do is use code SNAKE at shopmando.com. Again, it's shopmando.com. Please support our show. Tell them that we sent you with that code SNAKE. You're going to save 40% off that starter pack. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Well, on the other channel, Sting is set to have the torch passed to him by Flair in an angle that I think wrestling fans across the world saw coming. Everybody knew that this was about to happen. Unfortunately for Sting, he would get injured and would have to wait until later that year. But I bring that up because Sting and Warrior, former tag team partners, both wore flashy colors, super over with the audience, and even their face paint design was similar.
Yep.
I don't know Vince McMahon, but the two companies had been counter-programming each other, and it does almost feel like maybe he saw what we saw, that Sting was about to become champion, and he decided, well, I better do the same thing on my channel. Do you think there's any smoke to that or fire to that smoke?
Sure there is. Sure there is.
He's smart, right? He can see what's coming down the pike.
Yeah. He knew what was coming, and he knew that he if he wanted to shock the world, then he had to put the belt on Warrior because they were about to put it on Sting.
Well, you and Ted, I think fans might forget, you guys had been in this program for the better part of a year due to your injury in 1989. Now it's 1990, and finally this whole thing's going to come to fruition. And we covered on our Royal Rumble episode that you had stolen the belt from him, the $1 million belt, and put it
Yeah.
in the bag with the snake. DiBiase is going to try to reclaim it. One of the men he employed to help him retrieve the title was Dr. Style Slick, and Slick was the manager for the Twin Towers. Jake, I saw that smile on your face. What do you think of our man Slickster?
I love Slick, man. I love him.
I loved his rap, right? Like the way that he talked, everything he did.
You know, he's a preacher.
No way.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he's a preacher, man.
Those have got to be fun to go to.
Oh, yeah.
That dude and his very big personality, he's like tailor-made to be a preacher.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in February 1990, Bossman is going to get the better of you in the ring, and he's going to handcuff you in there. DiBiase instructed the Bossman to put his hand in the bag and get the $1 million belt back for him. Bossman's going to refuse. And the angle here is that Slick is kind of conning DiBiase out of his money while also conning Bossman out of the proposed payoff. Now, I'm about to show this clip. Before I do, though, Jake, these moments, especially a moment like this, it's kind of a linchpin moment in your rivalry here with Ted. And a lot of fans point back to these moments. I'm wondering, though, as I was doing the notes, I was like, I wonder if Jake like remembers all this stuff vividly, or was this all just another day at the office?
Another day at the office, man.
So this stuff that I'm showing you, it's stuff that like, the fans are kind of ruminate on and think about. But for you, it was just one of those moments that you just don't think about or have to think about, right?
Man, he's just setting things up.
Well, all right, the time has come. We are gonna go ahead and play this clip. It's the Brother Love Show, and a pretty memorable moment. Let's have a look.
Just afraid to stick your hand in that bag and get my belt. So if you're scared, just say scared. Look at my eyes, boy. Do I look like a man that's scared of anything? Well, let me tell you something. I'm not scared of any beast, man or not, and I especially ain't scared of you. I tell you what, boy, I'm gonna show you what scared is. I'm gonna show you what afraid. What's he done? He's going in the bag. Big Bossman is going in the bag. He has the $1 million. This is what your money bought and paid for. Well, if you want it, you're going to have to get it the old-fashioned way. You're going to have to earn it. What? Slick, what's he doing? What's he doing? I may be a lot of things, boy, but I can't be bought, and I sure ain't no thief. Whoa. Going back to the ring area. Get him back here, Slick. Get him back here. Wait a minute. Where's they going? That's my property, Slick. I've already paid you. Man, listen to me. I'm going to hell everything. Bossman, what are you doing? Come back here. Come back, brother. I can't believe it. There's the key to the handcuffs. No. I can't believe that the boss man. Bossman, listen to me, no! Look at this. He actually handed Jake the Snake the key to the handcuffs. Bossman can't be back here, Slick. There's something DiBiase's money can't buy. Hey, brother! Come here, what are you doing? No, listen to me! I mean, is that gratitude or what? Jake the Snake gets back. Damien, he gets back. DiBiase's $1 million and he gets back his integrity as well.
All right, Jake, the monster heel turns babyface. What do you think?
Hey, I thought it worked. Seemed to be working.
The crowd was certainly reacting, huh?
Yeah.
Man, the Big Boss Man, you take a look at this guy, a great worker, considering how damn big he was, deceptively like quick and agile in the ring. What did you, I mean, I know that you got to share the ring with him once. It was actually in Japan. What did you think of him as a performer?
A walking potato.
So I said all those really nice things about him just now.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, he was
You didn't get in the ring with him.
So was it kind of a struggle at times in there with him?
He damn sure will light you up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little snug.
Whoo.
Oh boy. That is not a man that you'd want to have be snug with you. He was a big old
No,
wrecking ball.
no, you don't.
Any good behind the scenes stories when it comes to Boss Man? I know you were around him quite a bit.
He was a character, man.
Yeah.
We called him the Big Lost Man.
Why is that?
Oh, because he's funnier than hell, man. I remember one time him and his wife went with me and Cheryl to a concert with Alice Cooper.
Mm,
And she had had a few too many drinks. Not Cheryl,
not Cheryl.
wife. Well, after the show, they invited us to the bus. So we go out and get in the bus. Of course, there's a big chair. It's obvious who that belongs to.
Hmm.
And of all things, who went and sit there?
His wife.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So when Cooper came on the bus, she was like, "Oh, here, come on over here and sit with me." And Boss Man with that high pitched voice. Oh, he was too much, man. What are you doing?
Dude.
Yeah.
Too funny. That voice did not match that body all the time, did it?
Oh, no, it didn't.
Oh man, that's great. Now, like you look at a guy like him, though, he's so big. High pitched voice aside, he's such a monster. Like, do you think he's better suited as a heel, or was it time to turn him baby?
I think he's better suited as a heel, to tell you the truth.
Gotta be, right?
Yeah. He was a monster, man. They should have gave the belt to him as a heel.
Back when he was like feuding with Hogan, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see him take that superplex off the cage from Hogan into the ring?
No.
He did it on that stiff ass WWF ring. Could you believe that?
Sure.
Guy that size, holy shit.
Sure.
Would you have? I know that you used to take some nasty superplexes from, oh gosh, one of the Irwin brothers.
Yeah.
If they wanted you to do it in the WWF off that cage, you think you would have?
Sure.
God bless you, Jake. That would be that doesn't work for me, brother.
I'm a fool.
Well, that whole turn, of course, took place on the Brother Love show, and it became a central location for big creative events in the WWF during the golden era. In fact, a lot of your big moments would come on the Brother Love show.
Hmm.
Jake, what did you think of Bruce as Brother Love and his ability to help get a storyline over to that audience?
I think he did a phenomenal job as a character and getting things over.
Mm.
That character was so him.
He was all the way in on it too.
Oh yeah, he loved doing it.
I know that you had known Bruce since his days as a gopher for Paul Bosch and Bill Watts. Now he's in the WWF and he's got a high-ranking executive position under Vince. Man, a lot of people view him as a great creative mind. Would you agree with that assessment of Bruce?
I don't know how great.
Okay.
He was good, but great, I don't know.
He had his moments, and I think that he spearheaded that whole like twin referee angle, which is what a lot of people point to is a really phenomenal angle. But I don't know. Hey, you got to say something for Bruce, and that's his staying power. He's still with the company.
Yep, you got to give that to him. I couldn't do it.
God bless him. That's a lot of hours and a lot of bullshit.
You got that right.
Did you ever become friends with Bruce over the years, or just work acquaintances?
We were friends.
Oh, cool.
We were friends.
I've heard he wasn't shy about partying in Mid-South. You ever spend any time doing that with him?
No, not up north.
And not up north.
No.
No, I'm sure he was kind of on the straight and narrow under Vince.
Yeah.
All right, guys, want to take a quick time out to talk to you about Turtle Beach. If you are a gamer like I am, one of the best feelings ever is booting up your system and staying up late with buddies, dominating the competition, and having some laughs and fun online, right? It's a whole experience, and a lot of us have built some really, really happy memories with nothing more than our console, our remote, our headset, an internet connection, and some friends. Now, on the flip side, how frustrating is it when you're trying to create some of these memories with friends online, but you or they have a headset that isn't working properly or that's starting to fall apart? I know that for me personally, I went out and I bought a headset a few years ago. It worked really well for a while, but then the padding around the ears started to fall apart, and finally, it just flat out stopped working. So unbelievably frustrating, especially when you spend some good money to be able to enjoy your online gaming experience. If you've dealt with the same thing and you're looking for the best possible solution, Turtle Beach has got you covered with the Gen 3 Stealth 700 headset. We're talking about richer audio, immersive surround sound, and a battery that lasts, get this, an insane 80 hours. If you want reliability, this is it. No more crackly mics, no more missed callouts, just pure, uninterrupted gaming, exactly the way you remember it, but better. Okay, guys, I got to show you this headset. Right now, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. This thing is so cool looking. It's comfortable, it's stylish, and that 80-hour battery is no joke. I mean, I can feel this over my ears right now. It's like kind of eliminating all the exterior sound. This thing is unbelievable. And just touching it and feeling it, you can tell it's a really, really high quality piece of technology. The days of having your mic quit on you in a critical moment are over, dude. Turtle Beach has thought of every concern that you might have as a gamer, and they addressed it at a higher level than any other company out there. And get this, the Stealth 700 is also the industry's first ever cross-play dual wireless transmitter system. That means you can seamlessly switch between your consoles and PC with just the click of a button. And it gets even better. While being connected to your console, the Stealth 700 can connect with your phone for streaming music or taking calls at the same time. So you can listen to your favorite songs while gaming, all done with the Stealth 700. Turtle Beach doesn't just stop at headsets either, guys. They've got every gaming accessory you could ever want, and they're all high quality at prices that are not going to break the bank for you. From flight and racing simulators to controllers, keyboards, and mice, Turtle Beach is the ultimate gaming cheat code. For a limited time only, get 10% off your entire order with code SNAKE at turtlebeach.com. Don't miss out. Stay warm and level up your game with 10% off at turtlebeach.com using that promo code SNAKE. All right, well, let's get to WrestleMania 6. That's the main event of the podcast. Took place in Toronto, Canada, April 6, 1990. So we are just shy of the 35-year anniversary. First WrestleMania to take place out of the U.S., and there were almost 70,000 people in attendance. Kevin Nash famously would say that in this era, before guaranteed contracts, the Mania payoff often dictated how good of a year a wrestler was going to have. Did you feel that way? Like your entire year depended on what this looked like?
Yeah.
A big, important night for everybody involved.
Yeah.
How long before the actual show do you have to get to the city to work? I'm thinking of like obligations, like press appearances, interviews.
Days.
A couple days?
Yeah.
Okay. Big match like this, obviously, and you and DiBiase have the match of the night, by all accounts, as far as from an in-ring perspective. Again, I know that you and Ted are both second-generation guys, and you're both very much like, hey, see you out there, brother. But are you guys going over anything before this huge, huge moment in front of a huge crowd?
Nope.
Dude, being that I'm in the fucking ring now, thinking about being in a crowd like that and saying, see you in the ring, brother. Like, it gives me anxiety 35 years later thinking about it. That's, man, how do you do it?
It just happens, man. It just happens. You know what you're doing, just go out there and do it.
Incredible. And I want our audiences to really kind of think about it for a little bit, just like that level of pressure, no plan, just going out there like, yeah, we know what we're doing. See you out there, dude.
Yep.
It's incredible. Well, as good as you and Ted were together in the ring, what do people always bring up to you whenever they talk about this event, Jake?
The Hogan thing.
See, well, I mean more pertaining to you.
Oh, they asked me about the money I took off Ted.
There is that, and I have actually heard a lot of people bring that up. But what I'm referring to, Jake, is the promo ahead of the match.
Oh, promo.
And brother, this promo is so popular, it was recently a parody with Will Sasso.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and drop in on this.
Jake the Snake Roberts, the match is at hand.
Well, well, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Here we are at WrestleMania, and it's the biggest match of your career. Why? Because everything you stand for is on the line, namely the $1 Million belt. Oh, yeah. It can be yours once again. You see, all you have to do to get it back is go through Damien and me. But you see, Damien and I don't forget. We remember all the times you made people grovel for your money. These were people far less fortunate than you. People who could use your money for essentials. And what did you do? You made fun of them. You humbled them, and you humiliated them. Well, now it's my turn. I'm going to make you beg, DiBiase. You are going to get down on your hands and knees. This time, you'll be the one that's humbled. This time, you'll be the one that's humiliated. And this time, you will be the one that grovels for the money. And how appropriate that the money you grovel for is your very own. A victim of your own greed, wallowing in the muck of avarice.
Longfellow couldn't have said it better.
Gene, you gotta get his shit in.
Yeah.
Jake, holy shit, man. Can you walk us through coming up with that promo?
I just came up with it, man.
Is this like in the car?
Yeah. Yeah. Or in a bar. Wrote a few notes down.
Write down a couple notes and then I got it. Go out there and let it rip.
Let it rip.
No stumbling over words. Everything had a direction. Every single word of that. There's no fat on that promo. Every single word of that promo was needed and necessary. Jake just I can't think of a better promo. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. And when they say that you're the greatest promo of all time, I think a lot of people point to this one specifically. Do you personally consider this the best promo of your career?
One of.
Okay.
One of. There are a couple others. I can't give them to you offhand, but there are a couple of others that creatively meant more to me.
Okay, so that had a deeper meaning to you personally, perhaps.
Right.
Gotcha. Well, man, it was incredible, unbelievable promo. The match was phenomenal, of course, and but really, you said it before. What people tend to gravitate toward and talk about is the main event, which was a spectacle, and it was great. And as we said, it's Pat went over it with these guys over and over again. Hogan is going to be protected to a degree where he's going to kick out at 3.5, just as the title is going to be awarded to Warrior. Hogan apparently had issues with doing business with Warrior, especially after the fact. He's going to go on record as saying that Warrior was not ready to lead the company into the future. Jake, I know that you don't mince words when it comes to your wrestling opinions. So as far as you were concerned, was this simple jealousy from Hogan after being supplanted?
Truth.
That he's telling the truth.
Yeah, he's telling the straight up truth, man. Warrior wasn't ready to lead the company. Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, you couldn't have a 10-minute match.
I think that's really where the rubber meets the road. A lot of fans might hear that and disagree with it, but if you've got a guy that you can only get like in a tag match with Jake Roberts and Ted DiBiase involved, two of the best workers of the era, you can only get him in there for a minute at a time. That tells you an awful lot about that guy as a performer.
Yeah, he sure as hell does.
This was a fun one, and we are going to pick up the story of 1990 as we move forward here. Of course, we've got SummerSlam and Survivor Series, so I'll look forward to talking about it more with you, brother.
All right, let's do it. Y'all take care and God bless. I got to go take care of my sunburn.
Yes, sir. Go take care of it. Feel better.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we're wrapping up the show, but before we go, got to remind you that if you're looking to attract that 25 to 54-year-old male demographic to your product or service, you've got to hit advertise with snake.com. Jake is still out there doing it, man, hitting the towns, on TV, meeting fans, and when he talks, people listen. So why not get the legendary Jake the Snake Roberts to put over your product or service to that exact demographic? If you want some proof that it works, just listen to our show. We routinely advertise for the same businesses because they know that what we do here works. Head to advertisewithsnake.com. Make Jake the Snake Roberts your tag team partner. Cameo.com/Jake Snake is the place if you want a personal message from Jake Roberts, if you want a birthday wish, or if you want Jake, the greatest promo in the history of wrestling, to cut a promo just for you. It all happens over at Cameo.com, and here's a recent review from Anonymous. This was the best decision of my life. Perfection. Thanks, Jake. I mean, short and sweet, but not a whole lot more needs to be said. Go and look at the reviews over at Cameo.com/Jake Snake and find out for yourself. All of the reviews are great. Jake puts a ton of effort into these. He knows what fans want, and he always delivers. Again, it's Cameo.com/Jake Snake. Order yours today. Check Jake and I out on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@SnakePitPod. We've got some short, bite-sized clips from the show and highlights. We've got some exclusive podcasts over there. You know, we've got that exclusive episode with Baby Doll, which gave more context on Jake's time in WCCW. And believe me, the gears are turning on other ways that we can get more context and more story behind the story, so to speak, on Jake and what he was doing and some of the stories that we've discussed here. So the only place to get all that is over at youtube.com/@SnakePitPod. Does Jake and I a big favor. Get over there and get subscribed. Hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any awesome new videos that we're putting out, and enjoy all the wonderful content that Jake and I have up there. If you've enjoyed the Snake Pit, please do us a big favor. Like, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review on all platforms. Does Jake and I a massive favor and only takes you a couple minutes. So seriously, if you can do it, please just take a couple seconds, help Jake and I out, give us that 5-star review, and let's keep chugging here on the Snake Pit. Catch Jake on X at Jake Snake DDT, on Instagram at Jake the Snake DDT, and on Facebook at Real Jake the Snake. You can follow me and drop your questions at Marcus P. D'Angelo on X. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Another really fun episode in the books. Man, 35 years ago, and wrestling history there at the Skydome in Toronto. I had a blast looking back at it with Jake. By the way, I'm also talking to Ted DiBiase about that. That episode will have already aired this past Friday, so go into the Everybody's Got a Pod archives. And also coming up later this week, I'm going to be talking to Hacksaw Jim Duggan about it on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@Golden Era Network. Jim's podcast is exclusive to that channel, but it's really cool to be able to provide you guys with the perspective of all three of these WWE Hall of Famers who were there and experienced it firsthand. Next week, Jake and I are going to be back, and we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 3 and his partnership with a guy named Alice Cooper. So we've got some really good times coming up, and I can't wait to see you guys next week right here on The Snake Pit.